News, interviews, education. We are TNM News.
Hi, everybody. Todd Dankin here with TNM News, and once again with my good friend, Chef D. What up?
In the house. Hi, guys.
In the house as per usual, or should I say in the kitchen?
Yes.
Someone's in the kitchen with D.
Yep, I'm whipping the yams.
Nice. How's it going? What's new and exciting in your life?
Oh, I think the new and exciting things that are going on right now, I think are probably the California fires and making our weather in Vegas like apocalyptic for like the last 3 days. I was looking out my window and seeing zombies that were going to come out any minute. I wouldn't put
it really does look like that, doesn't it? It's there's like this haze all over the city. It's weird.
Yeah, 2020 has already shown us anything. It's shown we can't trust her. So, like, I literally I was just like, any minute now it's going to be zombies or aliens or anything. I wouldn't even be surprised.
Oh, yeah, and some asteroid is supposed to come close to hitting the Earth in the next couple of months, too. So we have that to look forward to. And I just found out today that on Halloween night, it will be a full moon, which happens very, very rarely. So we got Halloween coming up, and we know everyone at least will be wearing a mask, right? So that'll be good. I wonder if Halloween's even going to happen.
But that's a funny thing. Like, they're all like, wear a mask, you have to wear a mask. But then, like, the one holiday where, pretty much you all wear masks, Los Angeles, city of Los Angeles canceled Halloween this year.
Oh, wow.
So I don't really understand it. You can go out and riot and, you can go fight for your rights and be outside. You can go grocery shopping, but your child can't go door to door and and everyone wearing masks and, get some candy.
Yeah, I think part of that problem is that humans can't be trusted, right? I mean, knocking on someone's door. I mean, Halloween, first of all, is a strange tradition where you knock on people's doors and beg for candy, right? I mean, it's a very strange ritual, and humans can't be trusted. They just can't.
Trust. Due to every year in Halloween, I have to deal with the news, blasting to the mass society of the evil edible chefs that are going to be infusing the candy and giving it to your children.
Right.
Because that's exactly what I want to waste my cannabis on.
Right, I know that. I always say that too every year when that comes up. I would say there's not one person who is buying a $10 edible and putting it in the kid's bag just to get at them. Right? It's just not happening. They're too expensive and they're too valuable.
I was actually one of those kids. I like dressing up. Don't get me wrong, but I don't need Halloween to do that. But the whole candy thing for me, in my youth, it was destroyed because I'm one of those lucky few that are allergic to peanuts. So, and I'm an 80s baby. So candy goes in fads of the time. Like, in the 70s, everyone really liked licorice and anise, like that flavor. Like, that was when Twizzlers hit the market and everything. Well, the 80s, 90s, baby, well, that's all peanuts. And peanuts just took over the market, and they did it with the cunning use of television and marketing. Because you had the Butterfingers with Simpsons. You had the Baby Ruth with Sandlot. You had Reese's Pieces with E.T. Phone Home. And then you had me, this poor little girl that just had to give 60% away of her candy to her older brother. And so Sour Patch was going to win. And Sour Warheads. I do miss those Sour Warheads. Those were good.
Right. And your brother probably didn't even appreciate it. He just didn't even appreciate it, didn't love you anymore, right?
I don't know. He became that was his mean stage of being the older brother, where like he's just like, I just came back with like trick or treating, and he was just like, give it to me. Yeah. Like, he already knew that I was just gonna be like handing over like all of my hard work for free.
Yeah, so you brought up the fires in California and even up in Oregon and Washington. I mean, it is a mess out there. So if you're out in Oregon and you're in California, please be safe out there. I have friends that lost their house up in Oregon, and the whole neighborhood is just devastated. You know, I know you're meeting today with our good friend Shelby, and her brother actually lost his house, and it's just devastating. You know, you don't realize that suddenly a fire can come in and just take everything you own, and it doesn't exist anymore. And even though they're just like items, and you know, but there's photographs, there's, you know, documents, there's all of that stuff. Imagine coming home one day and having nothing, just absolutely nothing but the clothes on your back. It just must be devastating. So if you guys can help in any way, I'm sure you can reach out to the Red Cross in California and Oregon and Washington, and do what you can for those folks that are literally losing, they're losing ground every single day. I mean, literally millions of acres have been burning in California. It's the worst they've ever seen. And it's a good thing there's no climate change, right?
Oh yeah, good thing about that. Yeah.
Because imagine if that was involved.
And also good thing that, you know, now there's a wave of like gender reveal parties. You know, we never had that crap when we were growing up, like ever. And I'm a little upset about that, because you go to Party City and, you know, you got the baby blue and the baby pink, and, you know, celebrate, you know, what are those things called? The baby showers. But they have 0 divorce parties. You don't see any freaking like decorations or anything. The big D, like you're not celebrating none of that. And I've celebrated way more divorces than I ever have
right.
with my friends. So
that's funny. I have a friend here in Vegas who used to do that. Now she's in the cannabis space. She owns a cultivation, but she used to be in the divorce party planning business. She went through a really ugly divorce, and she's exactly like you said. She's like, there's nowhere to celebrate. What do you mean? There's no parties. So she started a divorce party business where she set up like a tour. You come to Vegas with your friends, and you know, you do a whole thing, and it was pretty funny. And but now she's in the pot business. Glinda Road, shout out to Glinda over at the Growers Circle.
Bless her heart, because, you know, the divorce one would have to be way more lucrative than it is with the cannabis industry. She's not nearly as taxed or hated, and she's legal.
Yeah, they do grow some pretty good weed over there at Grower Circle. So if you're in Vegas, make sure you check them out and look for that Face on Fire, which is one of my top 5 favorites here in Las Vegas. Anyway, Glinda Rhodes is a good friend, and yeah, she used to be in the divorce party business, and now she grows weed. Exactly.
Everybody's doing it, guys.
Everybody's doing it. It's right. So today we're going to talk about topicals. I know people always ask me, and I know they're always asking you, you know, what's the deal with topicals? Do they work? There are 2 different kinds of topicals, of course. This is a brand here in Vegas called Remedy, and this stuff is really good. I'm a big fan of the Remedy brand. It works tremendously for sore muscles and aches and pains, and you know, if you hurt, you know, if you have a back ache or something like that. I also use it if I ever get a headache. I'll rub it a little on my temples, and it's really good for that as well. Yeah.
Make sure you remember right here.
Yeah. And here's another brand from Hemp Inc. that is a non THC topical. It is hemp seed oil mixed with tea tree, and this is an incredible antiseptic, and works great on cuts and bruises and scars and all that kind of stuff. We really call this a miracle, tincture, because it really helps with everything. And the Remedy stuff also really good when, like I said, you have bruises and breaks and sprains and all that kind of stuff. What's your experience with topicals, and do you use them, and do they really work?
I make a big batch in my bathtub, and then I just submerge my entire body in there, and then I just soak it all in.
So topicals as a bath.
No, I do get asked all the time if topicals work, because, you know, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you guys need to watch the How You Can Tell If Your CBD Products Are Fake video, with me and this man right here. It's a few videos back, but definitely check out some of that content because that kind of goes into the topicals if they don't work or not. Make sure you're getting them from a licensed dispensary. Check your resources, check the reviews if they're just a CBD company because there are quite a lot of them. But for me, topicals are amazing. I have, you know, we're talking about the fires. The fires just took our temperature down from over, I think, in the hundreds to 71 right now today. So it's officially hoodie season for a day in Las Vegas. And,
right, for a day. So don't get too used to it. Right, exactly.
For a day. But like, no, my Arthur and my carpal, they flare up so bad. You know, I got carpal from being, you know, over a decade in the cannabis candy industry because, you know, I was the machine. Now we have Big Mac Daddy machines that make all the gummies, but I used to just have to pop molds all day, every day. So you're welcome to anybody that's had my products in the last 10 years. I gave my hands to you.
Right.
But no, topicals is pretty much one of the best things other than ingesting, you know, my edibles. It just really helps with localized area, and especially since my localized area happens to be on my hands. Something that I could definitely recommend to many, which topical companies really don't disclose because they don't have enough room on the package to tell you these things. And that's because, like, I want to clarify that there's highly absorbent parts of your body that will absorb the medicine faster and give you a faster relief. So like, you know, how Todd was saying, he puts, you know, little dabs on, you know, on his temples and your forehead, especially your third eye. That is the highest, most absorbent part of all your skin, of all your body. Then you have your glands on your neck, your hands, they're very highly absorbent. Your genital area, your feet are very highly absorbent. It's also like they're an exit and an entrance. The backs of your knees, also your armpits. Your armpits are like the fourth highest absorbent part of your body. So if you have shoulder pain, which many of us do, like make sure you rub it, like, you know, before you put on your deodorant, because all of that would block a lot of it coming through. But make sure you massage a little bit of your lotions or salve into that area because it will get to your pain area a lot faster, as well as putting it on like the localized exactly where it hurts.
Right, and without making any specific medical claims, which is not what we're doing here,
Yeah.
But they work for me and they work for you and they work for lots of people, you know, all around the world. And the topical business has become a very large business. I know you make some topicals too, don't you?
I do. I love it for their aromatic qualities. You know, like my bath bombs, I make those with American Green CBD. You know, we have the bath bombs and lotions and salves and all of those. I mean, you know how I take baths every day. Like that's my happy place is in waters. So bath bombs are definitely probably my #1 favorite when it comes to just getting rid of the aches and pains.
Right, and if you want to see Dee in a bath, just make sure you log into her Instagram account.
Yep.
At Edible D.
Yep. I'm in the water again. It's like I'm always in the water.
Right. And you can see her toes in the water and sometimes her knees.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you see a shin or a thigh. Right.
I'm promoting.
That's right. That's right. So, so you're going to take us through how to make your very own topical salve, right?
Yes. I have an amazing salve recipe that I did that I also add a little bit of lavender petals, making it nice and cute for you guys. It's a very simple recipe that you can make them at home. They're excellent for gifts, as well as topicals are probably the best introduction that you can give somebody that is not versed in cannabis or cannabis products. It's great, like, because it's non-invasive. They're not going to test for THC, like if there is THC in that particular product. And, you know, they will find relief. You know, there's lots of anecdotal evidence, including, you know, Todd and myself, where it does work. So it's a nice introduction for them, for people that are like, oh, I don't know about trying cannabis, or no, weed is still the devil's lettuce. And like, no, trust me, just, you know, make a nice little batch for yourself. It's also fun to do with your family or your friends, and they're great for gifts. So definitely check out my next recipe. It's on the back of this video, dropping it for you like it's hot.
Right. And also topical, one of our many words that we went through on the cannabis vocabulary terms. So if you want to learn more about cannabis terms, check out TNMnews.com. And Edible D and I go through about 40 words, and we tell you what all that stuff means, and topical is one of them. So let's go to the how to make a topical with our favorite chef, Edible D.
What's happening, happy people? All right, today's video, we're going to do a smaller batch of the warming muscle salves that I make commercially into some gifts for some friends in an at-home version for the happy chefs at home. The printable version of this recipe is available on my website, www.edibled.com, under the recipes tab. And of course, don't forget today's formula. Let's get cooking. What's happening? All right, so you have your double boiler. You put your coconut oils and your olive oils in there. You take your little froggy guy, little happy froggy guy. Now you could also do this with a cheesecloth and like strain it if you're using loose leaf and whatnot, if you know, because you don't want those plant particles in there. But this way, I don't have to strain it with the cheesecloth because I just have this little baby is my little infuser. And I put like all the peppers, the CBD isolate is in here, the eucalyptus, the ginger, the witch hazel, all the good ingredients that you just seen. So you're gonna let this go. I'm gonna turn down the heat. I was on medium-high heat first, just to get that coconut oil to liquefy. But I'm gonna turn it down a little bit to like probably around medium, solid medium. Let this baby infuse. Ooh. Now after this is in here for about 20 minutes, then you're gonna take it out because the bottom of this is stainless steel. If you're using cheesecloth, don't worry about it. But once this infuses for 20 minutes, then I'm gonna take my decarboxylated CBD, more of the babies, and then also my Delta 9s, because both of them are great for this topical right now. And then I also add in linalool, one of my all-time favorite terpenes. Linalool is present in over 200 species of plants, mainly in the plantae family, but as well as citrus fruits and the fungi. Be sure to eat your mushrooms, people. But I wish you guys could smell through the screen because it's heavenly. But beware, because this aroma can intoxify you by itself. So we're gonna let this sit for like 20 minutes, come back to it, and then I'm gonna remove the frog, infuse the oil, then I add the beeswax. Now this is what's gonna make it that salve texture, like that petroleum jelly. And then I'm gonna pour it into these tins. Let's see. Shabam. And we'll see how we decor these in just a few minutes. Alrighty, guys. You take out your infuser. Bam. And now we're going to infuse her. Let's see here. A little CBD. Texilinalo. It was roughly like say that was roughly like 6 mLs in this batch, in this particular batch. And then about got 1 ml of that. Yay! Make sure you always mix with silicone because the oil will not stick to it like it does. Ooh, this is looking cute. All right. So now that we got it all infused here, now we have to add the beeswax. Turn up the heat a little bit. Turn it back up. And let these little wax pellets melt. Make sure you keep mixing. Ooh, they're melting so quickly. So once this is all emulsified, then you're going to turn the heat all the way off. And you got to work a little fast because this, you want to have it already poured into your containers, whatever it's going to be stored in or gifted in. And you want it to solidify. Let it sit out for like, say 10 minutes. And then we're going to sprinkle some of that lavender petals on top. So it just looks so pretty. It's looking there. It's really, it's there. I think it's there. I think we're done, guys. I think we're done. It looks so pretty. Okay. I just turned her off, okay? Look at all that smoke. Okay. So I'm going to take this bowl, I'm going to pour it into this measuring cup just because it would be easier to pour into my containers. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm getting some on the counter. It's okay, I'll rub that on myself. Whoop.
Well, there you have it. That was awesome, Dee. Thank you for that. And now you know exactly what it takes to make your very own salve or lotion, to use, on yourself. And if you have any questions, have any comments or anything like that, you can always contact Dee at Edible D, just like it sounds, at Edible D on all of the social networks, Facebook and Twitter and
website,
YouTube, and
Instagram,
our
Facebook,
website is
or
edibled.com.
leave them right under this video.
That's
I
right.
got you. I'm always checking for questions, and I'm always here to answer.
That's right. So easy to use, cost-effective way to make your own, salve, and stay tuned for more coming from Edible D, and of course me. I'm Todd Dankin. Not sure why I just said that, but I am, and you're not. And Dee, anything else to impart on the folks in regards to topical?
Not in regards to topical, but I will say, like, I want to go ahead and shout out, of course, the family, Cypress Hill. I love you guys. They just launched their, as I said, it's hoodie season. I just got my Insane OG camo hoodie. Thank you, B. Thank you, Kenji. Thank you to all the family there.
I'm gonna have to get one of those. You have to hook up your boy Todd over here.
Done. Get in it. The second I get off this video, I'll be hooking that up.
Nice.
And also, on Friday, September 25th at 5:30, you can go into a drive-in concert to see Cypress Hill. So follow my family at Cypress Hill or at Be Real, literally BREAL, and they'll get the show dates and everything. Tell them the Happy Chef sent you, and they'll get y'all right in there.
Awesome. So they're doing a concert at a drive-in movie theater. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're doing a drive-in concert. This is the new normal of I guess you get to hotbox. So you get to have a smoke box, like Be Real's infamous smoke boxes that he does. Y'all can do it at his concert.
Yeah, that's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. I wonder if he'll get any of those, those cars that jump up and down.
Oh, that would be awesome. I would be that person in like the middle of the whole concert. Like it would be like body surfing. I would just,
Right. Well, make sure you check out Be Real in Cypress Hill, September 25th, somewhere in Los Angeles at a drive-in. I'm sure it's going to be posted all over the internet, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll also post something here on TNMnews as soon as you get that over to me, and we will promote as well. And you got to support our fellow friends in the cannabis industry. So she is Edible D. You can check her out, edibled.com, at Edible D at all the social networks. And I'm Todd Dankin with TNM News. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
We are TNM News.